Hey, thanks everyone. Thanks, Paris. I appreciate that. So you summarized everything. That was pretty much it. I appreciate you guys having me come out. Thanks. All right, I'm not going to get off that easy. Hey, I want to talk to you about life sometimes. I have a little demonstration here about life. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of Cocoa Crisps in here, almost like a baking class. Anybody bake? You bake, April?
I do.
I don't. A little bit of flour. We need flour, right?
Yeah.
To bake. What else do we need?
Egg.
Egg. Absolutely. An egg.
Oh.
Nice. We got an egg. How about some oatmeal?
No.
Why not?
It's nasty.
What if I want to make oatmeal cookies?
Then you are ready.
Then I'm putting oatmeal. What else?
Cocoa.
Cocoa. I don't have any cocoa.
What about chocolate?
What about a little bit of banana? I want a little bit of banana in my oatmeal banana cookie, right? Anybody ever had that?
No.
Oatmeal banana cookie?
No.
No. All right. How about dirt?
Ew.
Ew.
Ah, come on. I'm putting some dirt in my oatmeal banana dirt cookie.
Protein.
Protein, right? Maybe some worms in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of water. And then what? I'm gonna mush it around. I'm gonna mush it around with my banana. Like this.
Ew.
Could use a spoon.
Ah, I forgot to take the eggshell out.
You're good.
What a mess.
This is
That's a mess up.
Anybody hungry?
No.
no, I think I'll pass.
Oatmeal banana dirt cookie?
Eggshells.
Come on. You want some? Alan, have a bite. Now it's mine. I'm not sharing my oatmeal banana dirt cookie. I'm not going to share it. That's my mess. That's my mess. And I get to clean my mess. I get to have my mess. I get to own my mess. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes.
I'm here to talk about life and how messy life sometimes can be. And what are we going to do with our mess when we have that messy life?
Fix it.
Fix it? What if it's too hard to fix? What if I can't clean my mess up?
You have to deal with the consequences.
Consequences? What did I do?
You make
This is just a life mess. What am I supposed to do?
Fix it.
Taste it? you come on up here and taste a little
I
bit.
said face, not taste.
Face, yeah, absolutely. Face your life mess. I'm going to talk about how messy life is sometimes. It just is, right? No matter who you are, no matter where you grew up, no matter what gender, what race, life is messy. Who disagrees? Raise your hand if you think, nah, life is not messy. Nobody. Except for these two guys leaving. You're going to help them? Ryan? I'm kidding. Next slide, please. I'm going to talk about pictures a little bit. Who doesn't like pictures? Everyone likes pictures. Next slide,
Is that you?
please.
You're a cute baby.
Look at that. Aren't those cute? I mean, those are cute pictures, right? Who has baby pictures of themselves like that? Just adorable. Next slide.
Oh.
None of them are me.
Who's that?
I know.
None of those pictures are of me.
So you're not the father of those kids?
No, Maury, I'm not. Seriously, I have 0 baby pictures of myself. 0. Could you imagine not knowing exactly what you looked like when you were 2, 3, 4, 5? That sucks. 0. 0 pictures of myself. Next slide, please. These are pictures of me. only picture, the youngest picture that I have of myself is when I was 14 years old. Right here. 14. Next slide. So, I had a rough childhood. Really, really rough childhood. I had a lot of mess as a child. I was sentenced to a boys' camp when I was 12 for 2 years. While I was at the boys' camp, I remember being called out of class. And they said, hey, your social worker, Deborah Bowser, is here to pick you up in the middle of the day. And I said, well, why is she coming to pick me up in the middle of the day? What did I do this time? Anyone ever have that type of thought? What did I do this time? For sure, I was in trouble. So I go to the front office, and I'm waiting. Is she going to show up with cops? Am I going to get handcuffed and taken to juvenile hall this time? Who knows? I'm sure I did something. So she comes up, and I remember her walking down the pathway to the front office. And she had this look about her that wasn't normal. And she says, Dave, let's go outside and talk. I said, man, this is more serious than I even thought. She looks at me and she says, your mom is in the hospital and she's dying. What? I just saw my mom like 3 days ago. I was on a weekend pass. It's not possible. That's not how it's supposed to work. She says, we need to go to the hospital now. So we drive to the hospital about an hour away. And as soon as I walk in, there my mom is, hooked up with a bunch of tubes, in the hospital bed, and she starts having convulsions, shaking. And then the nurses start coming in, move out the way. And I'm going, what the hell is going on? This is not supposed to be, right? We're not supposed to watch our mom die. And she was the only person I had. My family didn't want anything to do with me. I have an older sister that I hadn't seen in years. My dad left when I was about 7. I had nobody. I had a stepfather that used to beat the hell out of me and my mom. And he's the reason why I ended up in the boys' camp for 2 years. And then days later, my mom passed away. Wow. Now I'm alone. Anyone ever felt alone? Were you really alone though? Tell me, were you alone when you felt alone? It's okay to have that feeling. But I not only had the feeling of being alone, I was alone. I was abandoned. And I hated everyone for that. I hated the world. I hated God. I hated my mom. I mean, they left me. Everyone left me. Imagine that feeling. Deeply imagine that feeling. You being left alone. Say you're out in the forest, right? And you're with 2 of your best friends. You guys are out walking, hiking in the forest. And then one of your friends leave. They say, hey, I'll see you later. Alicia, it's been real. But that's okay. You and Daytona are still walking. And then Daytona looks at you and says, hey, you know what? I'm out. Now you're walking by yourself in the wilderness, in the mountains, alone. It starts getting dark. You start feeling that fear a little bit. Well, geez, I don't even know how to get out of here. Where am I going? Are you guys walking with me? Mm-hmm. You guys feeling me? Mm-hmm. Horrible feeling. It sucked. I tried to kill myself after my mom died. I ran away from the boys' camp. I hid under a bridge. It was raining. I'm crying. I picked up a bottle and cracked it, and I tried to kill myself. I didn't do a good job. I'm here. It sucks to feel alone. It sucks even worse to be alone. Was I really alone? No. I told you I had my social worker. Most social workers really care about us. Most do. Most of your staff really care about you. Most of your friends and your family really do care about you, but sometimes you feel like no one is there for you. No one is in your corner. No one gets me. Right, Alan? Nobody freaking understands what I'm going through. Why can't they get it? I'm alone. I feel alone. Why can't you get it? So I became violent. I became really violent. I remember sitting at the in the lunch cafeteria, kind of like this one out here at the boys' camp. And I was mad. I don't know why I was mad. I was just mad. I'm having lunch. And I decided that I'm going to throw the chair through the window. It was a big glass window. It's kind of like this, but all one piece. And I remember getting up and going, bah! Threw that bad boy through the window. I don't know why. I was pissed at the world, at life. So the boys' camp time was up. And what happens when you have no one that wants you? Foster care, right? What else? Group homes. Now, what happens when you screw up at the foster home and the group home?
You go to detention.
Oh, detention. The trifecta of life. That was my life. Foster home, group home, detention. Foster home, group home, detention. Who's been there? Who can feel me? Alicia, you feel me, huh? Fun? Exciting, right? Wake up in the morning, you're like, hey, I think I'm going to screw up today and go to jail. No? Nobody does that? No, of course not. It's not fun there. So I went from group home to foster home to detention, group home, foster home, detention, until I was 18. Now, any of us youth 18 or close to being 18 yet? What happens when you have no one and you're released from the system?
You're homeless until you can find a job.
Oh, wow, that's cool. No, I got like $20,000 in the bank account and they set me up with a really good job at Intel.
No.
That didn't happen.
I might have to call that bluff.
Yeah, I know, right? BS, City Infinity. Yeah, that didn't happen. You have nothing. The state gives us nothing, and we have to figure it out. We have a mess. We have to figure that mess out. We got to take the banana out of that mess and take the dirt out of that mess and move the eggshells out there. Right?
But you can't.
No. It's a mess. It's always going to be your mess. The end. That makes sense? Next slide, please. So what do you become if you're homeless and you've had this big mess and you have no one there for you?
Problem to society.
A problem to society, absolutely. Alicia, you're interactive. I appreciate that. I need more. Staff, you guys can be interactive too. This is for you also. What does that mean? What does a problem to society mean?
It's got a problem with everything.
Yeah. I mean, were you given the skills like some of your friends?
Now, each one of us has our own individual strength and weakness.
That's everyone, right? But some of us are at a disadvantage. Some of our weaknesses are magnified when we're homeless, when we don't know how to actually get up and go to our job on time. It's hard. It's a mess. It's your mess. So, I was fortunate, extremely fortunate. I had a CASA, everyone know what CASA is? Court-appointed special advocate. And a martial arts instructor that influenced my life greatly. That taught me how to clean my mess, how to become a man, how to not be a menace to society. So through my CASA, his name was Ron Barnett. And Ron was a pilot in the Air Force. And that's the reason, he is the reason why I joined the Air Force. And I used to go to Ron's house. It was amazing. It's amazing. He had a decent sized house, but he had stuff from all over the world. Stuff from Japan and from Italy and from Europe and just all over the place. And I just thought, oh my goodness, this is so amazing to see different things from different parts of the world. And he had this globe, I'll never forget. And I used to spin the globe and stop. And probably 70% of the time, when I spin the globe and stop, what did I land on? Europe. Europe? No. Japan. Japan? No. Come on, this is geography. Ocean. Who said ocean? You're almost as smart as me. Not quite as smart, but yes, ocean, right? But sometimes I'd land on a landmass, and I just imagine what it would be like in Italy, or Japan, or Europe. And I thought, that's just amazing. I want to see these places. I want to be able to buy stuff from those places. You know, where's Romania? Wow, I want to go there. And I just thought it was amazing, just amazing to know that, like, there's this big world outside of California, outside of Los Angeles, outside of my little bubble. And I wanted to see it. Sensei Otto Johnson, my martial arts instructor, 6'10", 300 and something pounds. Wow. And lightning fast. I mean, he's a weapon. And he had this little martial arts program at one of the boys' homes that I was at. And I was a little gangbang. I was a little hood kid. I didn't care about the martial art program. You know, you had to be good. I wasn't trying to be good. You know. But I'd see them out in the backyard and in the garage training. You know, hitting the bag. You know, doing kicks. And I thought, man, if I could learn that, I could whoop some ass. Really? Oh man, I'm going to learn that so I can fight better, because I love to fight. I used to start fights just because I knew how. Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, like, walking down. So, cuz, what you looking at? Excuse me? What you looking at, cuz? Bam! Just because somebody was walking by and he looked at me. I just loved to fight. It was fun. So, Sensei Otto had this little martial arts program that he would do with the kids that are doing well at the boys' home. And I wanted to learn how to fight a little more, so I decided, well, I'm going to try to be good so I could do this little martial arts thing so I could fight. What does martial arts instill? Discipline. Discipline. I had no idea how much discipline it would instill in me. And it started molding me as a person. It started helping me become an adult. Because what we all need is discipline in our lives, right? You can't clean this mess up without discipline, can you? No, this is what cleaning it up without discipline looks like. And it's still there. So it started instilling discipline in my life. Those two things, those two people, didn't know at the time how much they would influence my life. You staff members here, sometimes you forget how much influence you have on these young adults' lives. Sometimes we just get up, we go to work, we do our thing. Hey kid, time for lunch, come on. But we forget that we're influencing lives daily. That's what you signed up for, right? If you're getting paid for it and you're going there, remember that these guys are counting on you. More pictures. See my handsome face? If you want to come up and get a better look, you certainly can. Alan, come on. So, Ron Barnick was the reason why I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to do better. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change what I'm doing. And I want to join the Air Force. But even that was a mess. So I graduate high school. And I go take the ASVAB. Anybody know what the ASVAB is? Before you can get in the service, before you can get in the military, you have to take the ASVAB. And I had 0 skills. My grades sucked all through high school, or all through school, period. But besides that, like, I was a product of an inner city educational system that was horrible. So I go in and take the ASVAB, and I scored off the charts. Anybody believe that? No. I didn't even score high enough to get in the Air Force.
Did you at least score high enough to get in the Marines?
Oh, the Army will take anybody.
There you go.
So did they make you redo the test then?
I did. I had to wait 6 months to retake the test. Well, where was I supposed to wait? I waited in the yard in a trailer of my girlfriend's house. I lived in a trailer for 6 months. But every day, I would study the ASVAB book that I bought. I bought 2 ASVAB books. And I said, you know what? I'm going to study. And it took discipline, willpower, perseverance to get up every day and go, this is what I do. Why? Because I had a goal. Sometimes you have to give up some stuff immediately to get some stuff later. Does that make sense? Give something up now so you can be something better later. But sometimes we're just too lazy, huh? Anybody ever suffer from that? If you don't raise your hand, you're lying to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You go, I want to. Later, I'm tired. If it's hard to get, then you have to work harder to get it. It's so simplistic, isn't it? I'm not smart enough to get in the Air Force. I have 2 options. Give up or get smarter. Obviously, I got smarter. Next slide, please. And because I got smarter and I persevered and I was determined and I had discipline and I cared about my future, I got to go to awesome places. This is Bangladesh. This was in Hawaii. That was Italy. That was Hawaii again. So I started going places that people dreamt about going. That people saved years of money just to go for 2 weeks. And I'm sitting there in Hawaii going, wow. Next slide, please. So I hit 26. I'd been in the Air Force for a little while, and I said, you know what? I want another goal. I want a bigger goal. I want to open up a martial arts school. Was that easy?
No.
Sure, somebody just gave me theirs. They were like, hey, you want a martial arts school? Come. Take mine. It took drive, determination, and perseverance again. Some sacrifice again. Some discipline again. Do you guys hear a theme here? Can we all use some discipline in our life? No?
Yeah.
Can we all sacrifice for something that we want a little bit? Sometimes a lot of bit? Sometimes days without sleeping because you're studying for exams? Yeah. Sometimes you want so deeply, so badly, that whatever the sacrifice is immediately doesn't matter. Because you can see and taste and feel that goal.
Was that your kid
Where?
on the last one?
Yes, that was my son. Yep. So, my life continued in the Air Force, and my goodness, I got to do some amazing things, like travel to Rome, to Zakynthos, which is in Greece, to San Miguel, which is in Portugal. I got to live in Portugal and Hawaii and Greece. Visit places like India, Thailand. Like, amazing. Things that people only dream of. Why? Somebody tell me why. Daytona, why? Why was I able to do this stuff? I'm picking on you because you were nodding off. Yes, you. You're the only Daytona. Okay. I was stationed there, but what led to that?
You started perseverance of our Christmas.
Yes.
There you go.
See, you weren't sleeping that long.
Wait, I wasn't. See, you fired.
Next slide, please. Who's going to have dedication in you if you don't have dedication in you?
Nobody.
As much as people try to help you, if you don't dedicate to yourself, you're going to be exactly where you were yesterday and the day before. And the day before. Does that make sense to everybody? Anybody ever failed at anything in life? Heads? A test. Okay. Once? You only failed in one test in your entire life?
I failed at least 3 tests last year.
3 tests last year. What about failing, like, to achieve a goal?
I've done that.
Big goals, little goals? We all have goals. We set goals daily. I want to get up at 6:30 and study for a half an hour. I want to get up at 8 so I can hit the gym for a half an hour before I go to work. And then what? Yeah. Wow. So, if you hit the snooze button and you set that goal, guess what you just did? You failed. Who did you fail? Yourself. Does that make any sense?
No.
But we do it all the time. Except for me. I'm kidding. We do it. We fail ourselves all the time. We set goals all the time and we go, well, I'm a little tired. I don't want to make that 45-minute drive. You know? Oh, I've been wanting to call my friend for 6 months now. Shoot. Do what it takes to achieve your goals. It's so simplistic because we have agency, we have control, we have the ability. When I do motivational speaking, when I go and talk to groups of kids or young adults or staff or whomever, I start thinking of new ideas and things. And guess what I do when I have those thoughts? I have a system because I know myself. Exactly. I'll be asleep, go to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, oh wow, that's what happened with this mess concept. That's I've never done this one in a speech before, and I thought, how cool is that? Let me do it.
Did you write it down?
But yes, I wrote it down. Because if I didn't, I might forget. Because I'm getting older. I know you guys all think I'm like 22, maybe 23.
Not 60.
You can leave now. Or I will escort you out. I have several black belts, thank you very much. No, I'm not 50.
Oh, you're 49.
You can leave. That's good. Pretty much, you guys can all just leave. I'll talk to the window. No problem with that. Especially if I can see my reflection, because I like myself. Anyway. Accept and seek out challenges in your life. Accept and seek out challenges. Tell me what the definition of complacency is. Anyone?
No, I don't have a dictionary with me.
Use it in a
I was
sentence.
gonna say.
I'll be a dictionary.
Use it in a sentence. Staff, come on, staff. This is for you guys too.
I give all my kids a word of the day. So
Is complacent? Is complacent one?
that can be the word for today.
Okay.
So complacency is when you don't have the drive to go out and complete something, or don't want to go out and complete something,
Okay.
or being happy with where you are.
Yeah. So we use the word complacent negatively sometimes. So it's not necessarily negative. You can be complacent and happy. That's okay. But sometimes we use our complacency as an excuse. Right? I'm comfortable, so I'm just going to stay here.
Don't rock the boat.
Yeah, don't rock. That's a great expression. Don't rock the boat.
That's such an old
Don't be a show-off.
one.
Yeah, I'm not following you on that one, but that's okay. But we get complacent in life, but it makes no sense if we want to do something different in life. I'll talk to people and they'll say, you know what? Last year I only made $45,000 and I really need to get my degree so I can start making more money for myself and my family, and I want to travel and I want to do this. I go, well yeah, absolutely. Those are good ideas. You should go back to school and get your degree and get more money after you get your degree and then start to be able to save money and travel. That's excellent if that's what you want to do. A month later, hey, did you enroll in the classes? Man, you know what? I tell you what. I drive an hour to work every day and an hour and a half back home, and I got to fight traffic. And my boss